everybody, and welcome back to La Capricornia with me, Priscilla Moreno. As always, you guys, thank you so much for the feedback, the support, the likes. It definitely helps me develop this channel into something that you guys like. And on top of that, it sometimes helps me out because I know there's times where someone will ask me something, or it gets me on that path of looking into something even deeper. And then I'm like, oh, like this is something I've been looking for, or I didn't realize I needed until that moment. So I have a couple things for you guys. So first of all, make sure you guys stay till the end because I'm going to be doing my tarot card pull for the week. So that's going to be at the end of this video. The second part about it is I do have an announcement. So I'm going to be releasing the full details next week on my giveaways. So I have decided that I am going to make a candle. The name of the candle is going to be called Awaken. So I was able to finally secure like a jar that I liked, basically like the outside of the candle, to help represent this. And it's basically supposed to help you with your awakening journey. So it's going to be almost like if you're bringing like some kind of truth, it awakens you. It'll help just clarify some things is what I'm looking for. So I actually, kind of got this together, set my intentions into it, and I tested it out, and I fell in love with the outcome. I'm hoping that you guys will too. I'm going to be giving away 3 candles to 3 people. I'll be, giving all those details out next week. But on top of that, you guys, I'm also going to be selling it on its own. Like I said, I just got to finish up like a couple last minute things, like getting the labels together and stuff. But I'm going to be selling it on its own, and those details will be coming up. So the first candle is going to be Awaken, and then I'm going to be releasing monthly in steps when it comes to like an awakening. So we'll see how that works, and if you guys like it. Another thing, you guys, is for the next episode, it's going to be like a little Q&A. So I'm going to let you guys give me questions, and I'm going to be answering them on my video, depending on how many questions there are and things like that. We'll see how much, I actually answer, because then I didn't want to make like, like a 3-hour long video, but it's not going to go that long. I was just kidding. But no, yeah. So I definitely want to know what questions you have when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to anything that I talk about. I'm totally fine. If you guys even want to ask questions about me, because I actually do get like a lot of questions, I totally suggest you guys go out there. I'm going to be posting stuff on Instagram, and if you guys actually want to reply to this video as well, and just, put those questions on there. Okay, everybody. So first off, I do want to apologize if I sound weird or I'm sniffling. There's a fire in my area, and with my allergies, I'm just like, I'm not feeling that great. But I definitely want to get this episode out to you guys. So this episode is going to be on spirituality. What does that mean? And what does it even mean to be spiritual, right? I personally believe spirituality is all down to every single person. I don't believe, we're all on the same page when it comes to it. And we might be very close, but we all find different things that are different. Does that mean any of us are wrong? No, because to be honest with you, we're all on different paths. We're all on different levels in our paths. Well, maybe this could be my first time on like going through this journey, and somebody that's very close to who I am, this could be like their last time going through this journey when it comes to like the levels that they have to learn at before they get to like their next step, and even that is very hard to try to understand that part of it as well, because some people don't even believe in that part of it, of having to go through levels, and just I guess like learning from the different lives that we live. And again, that's totally fine. Does it mean that I'm wrong? No. Does it mean that they're wrong? No. It's all down to the perception, and how the universe speaks to you. Sometimes the universe does speak to everybody different because, again, you have your own things that you have to learn, and it's going to try to get to you in the way that you can understand and that you know. Like for me, I feel like I'm totally like in that in between of like, I do believe in certain things in religion, like when it comes to religion, but I don't fully believe in everything. And so I'm kind of in that in between. And the way I know the universe presented itself to me has been through, my spirit guide, Archangel Michael. And I also have like the other goddess, Oya, Orisha Oya, that was presented to me. And, and again, does that mean that there is religion or there isn't? That honestly, to me, is irrelevant. To me, I know what has been presented to me, which is my spirit guides, and that's totally fine. Again, does that mean like what I'm saying is wrong? No. And I might be doing a horrible job, you guys, at explaining this. So please let me know if you guys understand this, because I am trying my best to, I guess, give you guys that thought behind it, right? I know for sure one thing that I got told when I started learning who my guides were is that you would keep hearing the names and you would keep seeing certain things like related to that you would know as your guide. And again, like for Archangel Michael, that came so easy to me. It was like I kept hearing the name. I had the whole thing happen to me with the candle, which I'm going to be remaking some of my episodes that I have on my audio podcast into the YouTube. So if you don't know the story because you've only been watching me on YouTube, I'm going to be working on that. But I basically had a day where like I went to go get a candle and Archangel Michael was standing out to me a lot. And then from there, like I kept hearing his name, and I know I had heard his name before in different forms, but this time it was really just like, hey, hammered into me. And then I realized that he was my guide. And to this day, it's the minute I hear his name, or if I'm like, I don't know if this is right, somehow his name is presented to me, or it's said, or someone brings up something like where I wouldn't even think they would bring up religion. So then they'll say something and they'll mention him, and I'm just kind of like, okay, like I hear you, this is meant for me. I am on the right path, or I am doing the right thing. So again, it's all down to, how it presents itself to you. And again, if you keep hearing a certain name or anything like that, that's what was told to me of like, that is your guide's name. I've also heard other people say guides don't have names, and, you can kind of give it one to understand. And I'm still kind of like learning even on that part of it, because again, I don't have the answer to everything. So again, I'm still like, trying to understand what everything is when it comes to like different things. Another thing, you guys, in being spiritual is it's not always like love and light and happiness and I'm just, living the best life. I don't have anything going on ever again. That is a total lie. We all have things going on all the time in our lives. I don't feel like nobody is not having something happen. Okay, you guys, so do not let anybody tell you that they have a perfect life or everything's fine or, whatever it is, because everybody has things going on in their lives. And we even see it in like, celebrities. Like, it's so crazy sometimes when you're like, oh my gosh, this person's having a breakdown, or they're saying this story about how, they weren't happy, and the first thing people say is like, oh, this person has $1 billion. Like, it's not okay for them not to be happy. And it's like, no, like, they're still a person. If I had $1 billion, it's not going to make my, I guess, emotional side of my life any better, like in certain parts of it. And I mean, it's definitely going to help me. Like, I'm not saying it's a completely like dead end for me, but at the same time, you guys, like, it's not as easy as everybody seems. Everybody has problems. And that even comes down to like the spiritual community. Like, I don't have all the answers. Like, I still have my moments where I doubt myself. I doubt my guides sometime. I doubt the universe. I doubt everything, right? And then I have to remind myself, like, no, you need to trust. You need to trust the universe. You need to trust your guides. Um, you need to be like, you need to be open to things. And I still have those moments, you guys. Like, it's not easy. I know a lot of the times, even like going through them, they're teaching me things, or it's getting me to another level, or it just leads me down what my right path should be, or it's confirmations, or it's telling me, no, don't do it. Um, and just the other day, I really had a breakdown, you guys. Like, I hadn't felt like this in a long time, and um, I was just doing everything and nothing was helping. And I had not felt this in a very long time. Which sounds funny, but I'm like, shoot, I went to therapy. I got over this. I was kicking myself so bad because I felt this way. Um, and, after talking to somebody, it helped clarify this for me, and made me realize where like this thought process kind of came into being, and made me feel that way. And does that make me any less spiritual because meditation didn't help me, because this and that didn't help me? Like, no, sometimes we need that clarity, you guys. And I'm telling you, not everybody has the answers. I know I've been listening to a couple different podcasts, and that's a whole nother thing too, when like I'm listening to the people that they're interviewing, and then they're like, well, I tried this and it didn't work, and then now I'm trying this and that seems to be going fine, and blah blah blah, and I can hear it, and I'm just like, how is this big, like, podcaster, who's like doing amazing and stuff like that, is over here talking about how he's trying different things, and some of the stuff he's getting a little like, ugh, it's not working. And again, these are people that have been doing this for like years, and even like hearing that side of like, oh, they have their moments, and I'm just like, it completely opens your eyes into like, okay, not everything is perfect, because it's not. I know I've mentioned this before, but we all fall into that like social media side where it's like, oh, they have all these beautiful things going on, but you don't see what's really going on. We, of course, again, am I gonna post a picture of me just like bawling? No, like, that's not the picture you're gonna choose. You're gonna choose the picture after you're done crying, and you put your makeup on, and you feel amazing because you finally released everything you had inside of you, and you're just like, oh, I feel amazing, blah blah blah. And I know that's hard to understand for some people, because some people are like, I can't believe this person was just upset, or like, what could this person be upset about? They look fine, they have, whatever. And it's like, no, you guys, again, like, don't judge, and don't let yourself be judged, and don't let yourself fall into that, because we're not meant to be perfect. We're really not. I mean, think about it. We come to this earth, we have to figure out our paths, and we're doing this with all the different things going on in our life. How easy is that going to be, right? And sorry if I'm getting like a little off topic, but again, this all goes into that spirituality, you guys. Like, it's not as easy as it seems. Even like an awakening, um, it's crazy because I was like looking when I first started going through it. I was trying to understand, and just even asking. I know everybody was like, "Oh, you're gonna be able to do this, or you're gonna be able to do that, or you're gonna see this, you're gonna see that. Oh, you're finally gonna understand this," which all sounds great. It all sounds great. I'm not kicking any of the gifts that I've gotten. Um, but did they tell me, like tarot reading, right? It's been taking me the longest to like be comfortable with what I'm seeing, with what I'm reading, with what I'm okay with what I'm putting out there. Um, it takes a lot of trust, even in yourself. And even having that trust, it's loving yourself. And, how do you love yourself? You basically have to work on shadow work. Like, it takes a whole process. To do something as simple as like tarot reading, because you have to be open, you have to have your third eye open, you have to be aligned. Again, it doesn't have to be 100%, because again, I have my moments. I try to cleanse and align myself the best that I can, but it's not always so easy, you guys. And again, that goes through like so much. I have to work on myself because it's all these cycles that I've been going through. So just to top it all off, spirituality is just very different, everyone. It's basically working on yourself, loving yourself, trusting yourself, and doing what's comfortable to you. And just doing what gets you those results. Because again, it's not going to be the same for everybody. We're not all, we don't all have the same perspective on everything. So it's definitely, you know what I mean? Like it's whatever's right to you. And if you guys do need help with anything, feel more than free to like drop the questions below, or send me something on my Instagram or whatever it is. I honestly don't mind, you guys. I can definitely help you the best that I can, and if I can't, I'll try to steer you the right way. So stay tuned, you guys, because I'm going to be doing your card reading. So just give me a second to get all that together. Okay, everybody, so I'm getting so much better at this, and I'm loving it, you guys, because I always thought these cards were so complicated just because there's so many. But your first card is the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing in your favor. I feel like things are definitely coming your way. And with the Four of Wands, basically that's a card of like teamwork, networking. It looks like you're gonna need some help along the way, whether that's like working with somebody, maybe even just talking to somebody just to get that answer for you. And I have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is basically, as you can see, this person is like almost escaping. She's getting her second chance to, start over. So what I'm seeing here with all three cards is that, the wheel is turning, but for you to get to that fortune, you have to work with somebody to get this done. And that, again, it could be even just talking it out with somebody, because you're getting that chance to redeem maybe something that you thought wasn't working or wasn't going to work out. So it's probably that you probably had an idea, it didn't work out exactly how you wanted it to, but it looks like you need to network or work with somebody to get to that other level for your idea. So it's not completely, dead, done, and over with. You're still having that chance to get it done. At least that's what I'm feeling with it. And that can be like whether it's work, anything like that. And it sometimes can even be applied to love. So it's totally on how you want to apply this message, you guys. Because I do get asked that too, like, oh, are you specific on certain things? And honestly, I'm not. I personally don't do love readings. But you can definitely interpret this however you feel this is interpreted your way. But that's it for me, you guys. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and share it with anybody who you feel might be interested in this, okay? Have a great week, everybody.